This story has plenty riders. The one of interest is that that says, "Can PFN disown bishops at Shettima's unveiling?"
Well, thank God for the social media, because the three national newspapers that I looked at this morning just scratched the surface as to what took place yesterday. What happened yesterday, I tried to rationalize it. My first reaction, could this have been done by some overzealous? Because I refuse to believe that the campaign organization would have had a hand in what I would consider a show of change, really. Could it have been an overzealous member of the party who thought, this would be my contribution to show everybody that the bishops are... Because even if the bishops wanted to attend such a thing, even if, they wouldn't come in their religious garb. They wouldn't attend this kind of political whatever, their religious garb, unless there's a point to be made. So it was quite clear that it was more or less what I would call an infantile move, not well thought out. So could it be a party member or some group in the party say, let's add this will be our contribution? Or could it be that there are moles in the APC who want to keep embarrassing this man at every turn? These are things we need to ask ourselves, because the various things that we keep seeing shows that Bola Tinubu needs a professional handler, both in his rhetoric and in the things that he plans.
So my question,
I knew that was coming.
I was on a Twitter space till about midnight yesterday, and quite a number of Nigerians, especially from the Christian faithful, they're very angry at what happened, and that from what I heard, a majority say they were like, this wouldn't have been tolerated if the tables were turned.
No, I don't want to. If we go into that argument, then we begin to offend the people more. Because so what people are saying is that if it was a Christian ticket, how would the Muslims react? That is not the point.
No. What they're trying to say, in essence, is that it was highly insensitive.
Yes.
Of the APC, if that allegation is true, that it was quite insensitive of the party to have made such a move.
Sure, for the Muslim ticket?
No, for the bishops.
Oh, you mean the bishops attending?
Yes.
No, I still refuse to believe that it was a party decision, or the Bola Tinubu organization did that, because if it turns out at some point that is what happened, then that gives an indication of how your country will be run should they win. Bluntly, that's it. But I would still like to give them, and unfortunately, our newspapers failed us. I have a fair idea of what happened. You could hardly read anything in the papers. Thank God for the social media. And these professionals that we have in our newspapers should know you're toying with your future. I'm able to sit down here at 67 because I stood rigid throughout my life in the practice of journalism. I stood on the truth. So all these compromises, you will gain in the short run, but you will lose in the long run. You have a fair idea. If you read the papers, thank God for the social media. If you read the papers, you wouldn't even know that anything like this happened. They just kind of scratch the surface, whereas that's a front page lead material. By now, I expected the newspapers to tell us, give us one or two, because in the social media, I don't know whether they are playing pranks by saying some of them were identified. But surely bishop clerics don't take their clothes off when they finish, and the video evidence is there on the social media. And the newspapers just glossed over it. Just to fulfill all righteousness. I think the proprietors of the papers, if they are not complicit in this, should be querying their editors. Because it took away the shine of the presentation. Yesterday, the social media was agog with this, what they called fake bishops. It was even said, I don't know this, that one of them dressed as if he was going to put on some garb, as if it was, that you put on only when you want to dispense communion. Okay? Surely, Sheriff, from what I saw from that procession of those bishops or whatever it is, there's more than meets the eye.